The camera never lies, wrestling fans, and tonight on Wrestling Apocalypse, we have the footage that the WWE headquarters doesn't want you to see. We have spent the last 48 hours scrubbing through every satellite feed, every fan phone recording, and every security angle from the Kingdom Arena in Riyadh, and what we found will leave your jaw on the floor. You saw the headlines: Bron Breakker, the unstoppable powerhouse, the man who was the betting favorite to win the whole thing, eliminated in a humiliating 20 seconds. It was a mugging on a global stage. We saw a masked man in a black hoodie emerge from the shadows, deliver a surgical strike, and vanish. But the mystery of who is over. We zoomed in, we enhanced the frames, and from a high-angle production crane that was never meant to be aired, we saw the truth. The posture, the gait, and the one piece of jewelry that gave it all away. Seth Freakin Rollins is back, and he just committed the greatest heist in Royal Rumble history. Think back to the energy in that building. The Royal Rumble is where legends are made, but for Bron Breakker, it was supposed to be his coronation. He had Paul Heyman in his ear, he had the weight of the Steiner lineage behind him, and he was walking to that ring like a god among men. Obafemi was waiting as entrant number 1 of Battle of Titans. But before Bron could even step through the ropes, the air changed. That hooded figure didn't just attack him, he dismantled him with a familiarity that was chilling. A kick to the gut, a slam into the steel steps, and then, that sound. The sound of a boot hitting the mat before a curb stomp. It was a signature. A calling card. And in 20 seconds, Bron was tossed over the top rope by Obafemi like he was yesterday's trash. The aftermath was pure anarchy. Paul Heyman was screaming at the top of his lungs, "That was Seth Rollins. I know that stomp." But the commentators played it safe. "We don't know who it was," they said. Triple H in the post-show press conference was even more cryptic, admitting the stomp looked pretty clean but reminding everyone that Seth was supposed to be at home on solo daddy duty with a torn rotator cuff. But we know Seth. We know the architect. This is the man who cashed in at WrestleMania 31. This is the man who wears 1,000 masks. He told us he wasn't in Saudi Arabia. He told us he was injured. But as the saying goes, the greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist. Our unseen camera angle catches the masked man as he flees through the tech area. As he rips the mask off for a split second to catch his breath before disappearing into a black SUV, the production light catches a glint of gold on his finger, the wedding band. But more than that, it's the way he moves. That cocky, rhythmic strut that even a hoodie can't hide. It was Seth Rollins. He didn't just want to eliminate Bron Breakker, he wanted to humiliate him. Why? Because Bron is the leader of the Vision now. Bron is the one who orchestrated the betrayal that sent Seth to the shelf back in September. Seth didn't just come back for a match, he came back for a soul. The stakes here are massive. With Bron Breakker out of the Rumble, the path was cleared for Roman Reigns to take the victory, but the real story is the internal collapse of the Vision. Austin Theory and Logan Paul are looking over their shoulders. They thought they had buried the architect, but they just built him a new foundation to strike from. This isn't just a rivalry, it's a psychological war. Seth is playing the ghost, the phantom who can strike anywhere, anytime. He's taking a page out of the old school book, using the mask to bypass security and bypass the contract he likely doesn't even have active right now. Fan perspectives have been a wildfire of theories. Some were swearing it was Grayson Waller, citing the black shoes. Others thought maybe Dean Ambrose had made a shocking jump back to the Fed. But the Waller theory fell apart when we tracked his movements. He was in NXT that week. The Ambrose theory was a pipe dream. It always came back to the architect. The sheer surgical precision of that curb stomp on the ramp, a move that requires a specific level of timing and height, could only belong to one man. Seth Rollins didn't just hit a move, he made a statement. He told Bron Breakker, "You can have my faction, you can have my spot, but you will never have my crown." Backstage, the tension is reaching a breaking point. We've heard reports that Bron Breakker has been a one-man wrecking crew behind the scenes, demanding that Triple H pull the security footage. But the official footage is curiously corrupted. Isn't that interesting? The man who knows the production trucks better than anyone, the man who once sat at the right hand of authority, is the only person who could make a satellite feed glitch at the exact moment he unmasked. Seth Rollins isn't just a wrestler, he's a producer of chaos. He knows where the cameras are, and more importantly, he knows where they aren't. But he missed one. This high-angle crane shot, which we've analyzed for hours, shows the hooded figure's face as he looks up for just a heartbeat. The eyes. Those intense, visionary eyes. It's him. And the consequences are going to be felt all the way to WrestleMania 42. Bron Breakker was supposed to be the main event. Now, he's a man hunting a shadow. He's a man whose 20-second elimination has become a meme, a joke, a stain on his unstoppable reputation. And that is exactly what Seth wanted. He didn't want to beat Bron in a 30-minute classic. He wanted to make him look small. He wanted to make him look like a rookie who forgot to look behind him. Imagine the conversation in the locker room right now. The Vision, the group that Seth built and Bron stole, is now under siege. Austin Theory is already showing cracks, tweeting out cryptic messages about loyalty. Logan Paul is busy filming content, trying to act like he isn't terrified of a curb stomp coming from the rafters. The house that Rollins built is being haunted by the man who laid the bricks. And as for Bron, he's a lion in a cage. He's hitting spears on sparring partners, he's screaming into microphones, but he can't fight what he can't see. Seth Rollins is playing a dangerous game. He's technically still on the injury list. If he's caught, if the WWE officially recognizes this footage, he could face a massive suspension or a breach of contract. But since when has Seth cared about the rules? He's a revolutionary for a reason. He's taking the by any means necessary approach to a whole new level. He didn't just ruin a match, he ruined the most prestigious match of the year for the man he hates the most. The pacing of this reveal is going to be cinematic. We expect a glitch on Raw tomorrow night. We expect a voice that cackling, iconic laugh to echo through the arena while the screens go black. Seth isn't going to just walk out in a suit and admit it. He's going to make Bron crawl through the glass first. He's going to make him doubt his own eyes. The emotional beat of this story isn't just revenge, it's the reclamation of an identity. Seth Rollins lost his title, his group, and his health. Now, he's taking back his power, one hooded attack at a time. And what about Obafemi, the man who actually threw Bron over the rope? He's the wild card in all of this. Did he know? Was he in on it? The way he moved as soon as the masked man threw Bron into the ring was a little too perfectly timed. Could Seth be building a new vision? A group of monsters who don't care about selfies or social media, but only about destruction? If Seth Rollins and Obafemi are on the same page, the entire WWE roster needs to start looking for new jobs, because that is a level of dominance we haven't seen since The Shield. The WWE Universe is divided. Half of you are cheering for the return of the Architect, happy to see the cocky Bron Breakker get his comeuppance. The other half are calling it a cowardly act, a move that tarnishes the Royal Rumble's integrity. But that's the beauty of Seth Rollins. He's never been one thing. He's the hero, the villain, and the revolutionary all at once. He's the man who does what needs to be done to ensure his vision remains the only one that matters. As we look at the road to WrestleMania, the collision course is set. It's not a question of if Seth Rollins and Bron Breakker will face off, but when and where. Will it be in the Elimination Chamber? Or are they saving this explosion for the grandest stage of them all? One thing is for certain, Bron Breakker is no longer the predator. He is the prey. And the hunter is wearing a black hoodie and a mask, waiting in the wings for the next 20 seconds of perfection. We have the footage. We have the proof. Seth Rollins is the masked man who changed the course of WWE history in Riyadh. He didn't just attack a man, he declared war on a generation. And if you think he's finished, you haven't been paying attention for the last 10 years. This is the Architect's world, and we're all just living in his design. What do you think of this massive revelation? Does the unseen camera angle prove it once and for all for you, or do you think there's another twist coming? Is Seth Rollins justified in his actions, or has he gone too far this time? And most importantly, who do you think wins the inevitable war between the Architect and the Powerhouse? Sound off in the comments below. I want to see your best theories and your reactions to this 20-second elimination. If you want to see the enhanced, frame-by-frame breakdown of that gold ring and the unmasking moment in the tech area, make sure you smash that like button. We're going to be dropping a special follow-up video tomorrow as soon as Raw goes off the air. Subscribe to Wrestling Apocalypse and hit that notification bell so you don't miss a single second of the fallout. We are the only channel that digs deep into the production feeds to bring you the truth. Would you like me to analyze Seth's medical records next to see if that rotator cuff injury was a work from the start? Let us know. Until next time, keep your eyes on the shadows and your ears open for the cackle. The apocalypse is here, and it looks a lot like Seth freaking Rollins. Stay wild.